We're here with our friend Richard Toccato, the Richard Toccato Companies, and his number is 704-800-4719. That's very important to you. What do people need, Richard, if they want a mortgage?
Well, if they want to thinking about buying a house or refinancing a house and they want to know what the payment would be and they want a very detailed calculator to figure everything out, it's on my website.
Your mortgage calculator. Never heard of that until right now, but you've got it.
I've got the best one out there. It's the best one ever, I promise.
It's at homewithrichard.com, the Richard Toccato Company.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey. There's a lady who is going to explain to us in a short little snippet what makes a good day at Walmart.
Yeah. I want to hear that.
Yeah, you're gonna love that. We'll do it in a few minutes.
So Now Trending, sponsored by No More Last Days, great organization supporting those dogs that are at risk of euthanasia in kill shelters. So for the next couple months, they're going to be sponsoring a place called Empowering Paws in Calabash, North Carolina, with their dogs. And if you'd like to get any of their merch, just head over to tjriggins.com/lastdays. It's a great organization, great cause, helping those dogs. So go check them out. No More Last Days. They're at the Renaissance Festival every weekend. Liam Payne is dead at the age of 31. Former One Direction member fell off of a hotel balcony in Argentina last night, and hotel employees called 911 or whatever the number is in Argentina. I'm not sure that it's 911, but they said we have a guest here who's under the influence of drugs and alcohol. We need some help, and none of this stuff has been confirmed by authorities, but these are the stories that are emerging. Like 31 years old. Tragic.
Now, in no way are we making light of the situation about Liam Payne dying or having this accident or anything. But just a minute ago, during the break, we were talking about the situation, and Rob said, well, yeah, I mean, I don't think they would have, tabloid photographers camped out in Buenos Aires. I mean, he just came out of nowhere. Like, he was just like, in Buenos Aires. Like, he went from regular Rob accent to that.
En la ciudad de Buenos Aires.
It was jarring, I'll be honest. It's jarring when somebody becomes a totally different person in conversation. Like, where'd that accent come from?
You say it better, like he did.
Buenos Aires. He goes, yeah, I don't think they have photographers just staked out at the hotel in Buenos Aires. And then just tried to move on. Like it was not like that's just how he says it.
Yeah, Riggins and I both were like, what?
It's the most pretentious thing I've ever heard.
What about Nicaragua? Puerto Rico?
Come on, man. He's smart, though. He is smart. There's no doubt about it.
Sweating.
Today's National Pasta Day, and I think we played a clip a couple weeks ago. Like, you don't have to put that vodka sauce on penne anymore, girls. There are other pastas out there. Rigatoni,
corkscrew, tortellini.
Yeah, ditch the penne. It's not that good. So, but National Pasta Day. Do you have a favorite pasta, TJ?
Shape? Yeah. It depends on what I'm putting on it, what kind of sauce I'm putting on it. But in general, I guess just fettuccine is probably my favorite. Okay, not my favorite to cook. It's harder to cook because it sticks together too much. But
sure.
But as far as eating, if somebody else is cooking it, yeah.
You bet.
I also like an angel hair now.
Oh yeah.
I love me an angel hair.
Yeah, that's right. And remember, if you want to eat, you got to cook. So apparently millennials have killed something else that you don't even know about. They're done with fast casual dining. They've moved on to other territories. Millennials are destroying the world. I'll tell you why coming up next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey, it's TJ, and we were hanging out the other night at our new favorite place, Blackfin Ameripub in Ballantyne, and I figured out that's where I'm going to be watching the ball games this year. That's right. They have about 40 TVs showing all of the games on Saturdays, the college games, and their official Ohio State Buckeyes bar. You don't want to miss that if you're a Buckeyes fan as well as a Packers fan or a Panthers fan. They got it all. Not to mention some of the best food that I have had in a long, long time. You're looking for a great time? Go to Blackfin Ameripub in Ballantyne. Check it out at acetj.com/Blackfin.
Lost Worlds Brewing in Charlotte and Cornelius is awesome.
There's something going on every night of the week. On Thursdays, you can join their trivia crowd, and on Tuesdays, it's neighborhood night with some great specials. Online at tjriggins.com/Lost Worlds for Lost Worlds Brewing.
Available whenever you want it on the TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
We're being accused again. Us millennials are getting thrown under the bus. And maybe for good reason. I think this one is valid. We have been accused of killing Applebee's, all those fast casual chains. Meanwhile, Chili's is thriving.
Yeah.
So I think that was debunked. Chili's is doing great.
And I still like Applebee's.
Applebee's is great.
A millennial going to influence me.
Yeah. Who cares? Have we killed hosting? That is the new conversation that's being had online, specifically on TikTok. Millennials and some portions of Gen Z have lost the art of hosting, meaning having people over for, even a cocktail hour or a dinner, Thanksgiving, things like that.
Yeah.
They've screwed it up.
Makes complete sense to me as a cultural profiler.
And what can we attribute that to? Is it people just don't want to literally physically get together? Is that part of it?
Lack of social skills that has been brought on by isolation.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else would it be? Expense is another one with the inflation of this economy and all that, and just plain being weird.
And just being odd.
Yeah.
Well, Martha Stewart is coming in to save the day. Her new documentary debuts on Netflix on October 30th. There's a lot of hype for this documentary because she talks about cheating on her husband, and she's kind of like this odd character in pop culture now. People are scared of her, but they didn't grow up with her, I guess, so they don't understand her way of life, but she has some ideas about what you can do as a millennial, and she said pre-organizing really does get you in the mood, and it also helps you get a lot, so you don't leave things out and forget ingredients. She talks about
how you pre-organize.
How do you do any of this? I'm a list maker, a memo writer. I do all of that. When I'm just ambling around, I'm dictating into my phone, making sure I get everything in order. I do it for my garden. I do it for my home. I do it for my laundry. I do it for my wardrobe. And then they asked her about host gifts, and she said, well, it depends on who they are. It's something appropriate for that particular person. I don't take the same gift to everyone. It might be a tray of my beautiful homegrown eggs. A tray of eggs, Martha?
Yeah. No, thanks.
You show up at a millennial's house with a tray of eggs, they're going to think you're a nutto.
They'll probably, they may throw them at you.
They could throw them at you. Now, Jody's a great host. She does Thanksgiving dinners and things like that when you have guests. I mean, she doesn't cook them.
Right, yeah.
But she does the hosting and stuff like that. And you've always pointed out that whenever somebody comes to your house for an event, they bring her the host gift.
And I'm the one doing most of the work because I'm cooking.
And TJ's cooking everything, and you get stugats.
Yeah.
What is that? Just because they think that she's put this all together, even though you're the guy clearly in charge of running the scene?
Yeah, I guess so, because they're called hostess gifts is what they're called, not host gifts.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's been changed. It's now host gifts, but it's just that, people don't think about giving men gifts for things. Men are just supposed to do what they do and be done with it.
Yeah, maybe that's
because we're not squeaky wheels when it comes to give me something, but I want something. I'm going to start squeaking.
Give me the gift.
Yeah.
Give me the gift.
Don't come in here with some scented lotion. Bring me a shirt.
Radio show, podcast. Get the TJ and Riggins app in your app store or at tjriggins.com/app.
Our buddy Richard Toccato is here. Yes, Richard Toccato at 704-800-4719. Now, Richard, you're a vet, so you're always going to take care of the vets. Am I right?
Absolutely. And as veteran, I understand the unique needs of those who served. And right now, if they have bought a house in the past few years, they need a rate reduction VA loan. It's simple, it's cheap, and we have the absolute best rates. I take care of my veterans. Call me at 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
The Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Point and stare at TJ and Riggins anytime you want on YouTube. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
My name is TJ, and I am an optimist. I am Optimus Prime. I do always tell people, and I have for years, if you're sitting around waiting for life to be exactly the way you dreamt it would be, but you're not happy because it's not that way, then stop, because happiness comes in little doses. Like happiness is a perfectly baked peanut butter cookie. You get that burst of happiness, and then you go on about your day.
Sure. That's great.
And this lady is after my own heart here, and this is what she says makes a good day.
I tell you what, it's a good day when you go to the grocery store and your buggy don't make a lot of ruckus.
Is that it?
Yeah. If your buggy don't make a lot of ruckus, because as soon as you're always in that middle decision making process, you pull it out and then you push it a little bit after you've gotten it out of the rack, and you see, the wheel is messed up, it's making noise. So do I back up and go through the process of putting it back and then getting another one and starting all over?
Yeah.
And usually you'll just stick with it.
I do.
And I get them that will just it's work for me to keep from bashing into people because it won't stay straight.
Yeah. Or one wheel is just spinning like 360 the entire time.
Yeah. Now here's another a young man who's asking a question. He looks to be in his mid-20s, and I can also relate to this.
Did anyone else grow up with a local middle school nightclub? We had one called Secrets Nightclub, and they would advertise kids bar, kids dance floor, two water cannons. And you'd pull up at 11 or 12 years old and roll up to the bar to get a soda and try to talk to girls. And then the DJ would be playing absolute throw your ass music like gas pedal on the dance floor. And these 11 and 12-year-olds were just absolutely out there like they're on Jersey Shore. It also happens to be at the peak of Jersey Shore, so that might have played into it. But this was absolutely menace behavior. Does anyone else have this in their hometown? Because it was absolutely insane.
Okay, well, as a matter of fact, Winfield, Louisiana, circa 1983-84. Town of 6,000 people. There was a place called the Teen Scene. And it was that. It was an arcade. It was a place for dancing, because breakdancing was big back then. And the DJ called himself the Duke of Funk. Everybody else called him Richie, which is my real name. Yeah, I was the DJ at the Teen Scene in Winfield. That's what got me into wanting to do radio and stuff.
Did it ever get out of control? I mean, too grinding and nasty?
No. Yeah. Because the lady that owned it and ran it was also a 7th grade teacher at the middle school. So this was a side business, that she had.
Teacher / nightclub owner.
Yeah, well, an arcade owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, and her name was Miss Howell.
Okay.
And she was not putting up with nonsense, so kids wouldn't be doing that kind of thing. But the music was jamming, man.
Was it good?
Oh yeah. And sometimes I would just have to get on the floor myself and then have to run back over to the DJ stand so I could switch the song after I got through spinning on my head. Fun.
Available 24/7 on the free TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Guns on Main in downtown Mooresville is one of the sponsors of this year's Ace and TJ Peyton's Promise Golf Tournament. Thank you so much to them. If you want a large selection of firearms, ammo, and an extensive knife collection, you've got to go see them. Guns on Main in downtown Mooresville.
Today, every company is a technology company, but becoming a fully enabled digital workplace isn't easy. Let CompuCom guide you. They help you deliver results no matter where you are on your digital transformation journey. It's CompuCom at CompuCom.com. That's CompuCom.com.
This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Riggins mentioned earlier that today is National Pasta Day. So when I went to check my horoscope this morning, like I always do, my life is led by the zodiac. I saw that they had listed what pasta represents my sign.
Come on.
So here we go with everybody's sign and the pasta that they should be with which they should be associated. Here you go, Riggins. You're a Cancer.
Yeah.
Linguine allo scorio.
I don't know what that is.
It's a linguine cooked in like seafoods, like crab meat, maybe something like that, or it has mussels.
All right.
It says, while the official noodle of Cancer would be the ravioli on account of the ilk keeping their feelings inside and spirited away under a comfortable layer of mistrust, the pasta dish that speaks most fluently to cardinal water is linguine. The name translates to spaghetti of the rock. The linguine allo scorio. And let's see. Rob, Scorpio, yours is pasta alla norma. Pasta alla norma is a Sicilian pasta of sautéed eggplant, crushed tomatoes, and fresh ricotta.
Okay.
Regarding the mortal coil, Scorpio rules the genitalia. Did you know that?
Well,
I didn't.
Yeah, Scorpio rules the genitalia.
I'll be sure to tell more people.
As any millennial will tell you, the eggplant emoji. So that's why it's the eggplant that goes in this pasta dish. Because Rob rules the genitalia.
What? Whoa.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's go.
And I always told y'all that any of these things that, like pictures on calendars, whatever, my month is always the worst. It's just like, bleh. Well, not this one. Virgo pasta, macaroni and cheese.
Oh.
Yes. It's simple, bland macaroni and cheese.
That's an interesting one. Why do they say you're a macaroni and cheese?
Virgo is the sign of resourceful recluse.
Ooh.
And macaroni and cheese is the dish of choice of Home Alone's hermit hero, Kevin McAllister, played by Virgo Macaulay Culkin. Who but a clever, mutable earth priest would wish for their family to disappear so they can enjoy holidays in peace, watch R-rated movies, drink their milk from a wine glass, and eat their pasta in blessed solitude. Blessed solitude.
Oh, I didn't know you were an earth priest.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Yeah.
Wow.
Sure. I try not to tell people that because I don't want them to act any differently around me. You know, like, oh, we got to straighten up. We can't cuss. There's an earth priest.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, is that your friend? Yeah, he's a mutable earth priest. Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Neat. That's just fun. And we found out Rob rules the genitalia.
Yeah, but I kind of knew that.
Did you?
Yeah. Before I even knew when his birthday was. Because people are always saying, that guy's a, you know. Yeah. Only makes sense.
Come on.
You know. And the Zodiac is real. Y'all need to stop laughing about it.
Sorry.
It's real.
Sorry.
The Zodiac.
Available 24/7 on the free TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Hey, it's TJ, and I am not going to be playing golf November 11th at Northstone Country Club in Huntersville for our golf tournament, but I am going to be there to thank you for your support of Peyton's Promise, our charity, and what we're doing to help with Hurricane Helene relief. Get signed up today at tjriggins.com/golf. That's tjriggins.com/golf.
The TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show is brought to you by Richard Toccato Companies, expert and trusted mortgage broker servicing North and South Carolina since 1999. It's a free 5-minute phone call away, 704-800-4719, or log on to homewithrichard.com. That's homewithrichard.com.
The most important stories in the world. This is Now Trending on the TJ and Riggins Show.
There's a man who's figured out the love language of women. We'll see if you agree. Coming up in a few minutes.
The Menendez brothers Halloween costumes, big hit on social media, specifically on eBay, where some of the more popular ones are being resold for as much as 300% with a 300% markup.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's a huge thing with the young people now. They've gotten acquainted with the Menendez trial and the case of them, they're murdering their parents and stuff from Netflix and all.
Yeah. The Murphy-verse is what they call it, the Ryan Murphy-verse.
Uh-huh.
And now they're getting a new trial in November, I think, or something.
That's
Isn't
what,
there-
they're trying. They're trying to get a new trial. I don't know if they have been granted one or not.
Somebody pointed out they're dealing with 2 life sentences. So
Yeah.
even if they overturn, if they find out that the father mistreated them, molested them, or whatever they're accusing the father of, they still have to deal with the murder of the mother. But the brothers are saying, well, she knew about all this stuff as well.
Their defense was that they were afraid that their parents were about to kill them. That's what their whole defense was. So I think they're trying to get the murder 1 charge overturned.
Yeah.
And downgraded to involuntary manslaughter or voluntary manslaughter.
Okay.
Which carries a much lighter sentence, and they would have already served their time for whatever that charge would have been.
Seems so. Did you ever think your parents were going to murder you?
Yes.
Did you really?
Yeah. Yeah. But thank God I got them first.
Nice try.
No, I didn't. Both my parents are still alive.
Yeah, they're great.
As long as they keep quiet.
Subway is introducing, everybody wants to make things spicier, hotter than ever. Subway has introduced their fiery ghost pepper bread. Great.
Yeah.
You know what this bread needs? The world's hottest pepper in it. I don't know.
That used to be the standard of things that weren't spicy. It's just like bread.
Yeah.
Bread is just so plain.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be plain.
Milk and bread.
Yeah. Put the spice on whatever's in the sandwich. Like we even be able to handle it. You know what I mean? Because if you touch a ghost pepper, then you can't touch anything on your face or,
Exactly.
That's what employees at Subway are going to start getting their eyes burned and all kinds of stuff. They're not going to know how to handle it.
Protect our sandwich artists. They don't need to be dealing with these hot peppers. Fiery ghost pepper bread. Give me a break. It's lunch. It's 12. Do I need to eat a ghost pepper at 12:30? I work in an office. More coming up next.
This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
Hey Charlotte, ready to enjoy a chef-prepared meal using delicious seasonal ingredients without ever having to leave your home? Table and Twine is the answer. Have a world-class dining experience without ever leaving your house. Learn more at tjriggins.com/tableandtwine.
Every Monday, there's a fresh new episode of the TJ and Jody House podcast starring TJ and his wife, Jody. It's a look inside their lives, and you don't want to miss it. It's all brought to you by Sweet Dreams Furniture and Mattress. Go to tjriggins.com/mattress for more information. That's tjriggins.com/mattress.
Available whenever you want it on the TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
I had cousins that weren't allowed to watch Rugrats growing up.
Yeah.
And they were Baptist. And I just always chalked it up to, that must be what Baptists do. They don't watch the Rugrats. And I don't know. I was very young. I don't know why I made that connection. But in a large Catholic family, you notice when there's a couple Baptists running around.
Yeah. Yeah, just like we Baptists would notice if there's a Catholic in the house.
You notice.
The collar would give it away, I think, or the habit.
Yeah, right. But you talk about it, and you're like, oh, that must be what's going on. But I think the reason was that one of the daughter or something was really rude or snarky to her parents.
It was the neighbor kid.
Is that what it was?
I think, yeah.
It's been a long time since I watched the Rugrats. Rob, it probably hasn't been that long since you watched the Rugrats. Was it the neighbor?
No, I haven't watched it in a long time. No.
Oh, that's a lot.
I will watch the new movie.
Angelica was her name.
Angelica. Got it. So, was there anything banned in your house growing up?
No. Sadly, no.
Yeah,
there wasn't anything banned.
I know entertainment choices would not have been banned, but cigarettes or anything or certain colors.
You mean if somebody came over who was a smoker and they wanted to smoke in the house? No.
Maybe.
No, they could. And back then, people just smoked in people's houses and didn't think anything about it.
Yeah. So at TJ Riggins Show, was anything banned in your house as a kid? And there are a lot of them. Michael said I was banned from listening to Parents Just Don't Understand by DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince because of the title.
Yeah.
First time I played, my mom the song, she laughed all the way and then lifted the band. So she didn't even know. She was like, parents just don't understand. No, you don't understand. You're not playing it. Cassie has a great one. You know what was banned in my house? Walking on freshly fallen snow. We were allowed to play in the backyard only because my dad wanted the front yard to stay picture perfect.
Pristine.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Can't play in the front yard. Somebody said I grew up in the 80s. Nothing was banned. The Simpsons comes up a lot. Roseanne, Married with Children, MTV and things like that. Mary said my dad's fishing buddies that mom couldn't stand, banned from the house.
Yeah, my kids were banned from watching Caillou because he was so whiny and annoying.
Really?
Yeah.
Heather said the troll dolls, the cute ones with the fuzzy, funny colored hair. My mom said they were of the devil, quote.
Yeah.
I'm still low-key mad about it, and I'm 40. So a lot of the stuff at TJ Riggins Show.
Radio show, podcast. Get the TJ and Riggins app in your app store or at tjriggins.com/app.
Our buddy Richard Toccato is here. Yes, Richard Toccato at 704-800-4719. Now, Richard, you're a vet, so you're always going to take care of the vets. Am I right?
Absolutely. And as veteran, I understand the unique needs of those who served. And right now, if they have bought a house in the past few years, they need a rate reduction VA loan. It's simple, it's cheap, and we have the absolute best rates. I take care of my veterans. Call me at 704-800-4719 or log on to homewithrichard.com.
The Richard Toccato Companies.
Richard Toccato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.
Point and stare at TJ and Riggins anytime you want on YouTube. This is the TJ and Riggins Show.
I'm so excited about this, and this could be one of those things, Riggins, where I, TJ, am only looking at things through the prism of my interests.
Okay.
But my philosophy, if it's interesting to me, it should be interesting to you and everybody else.
Right.
Okay. So this is a guy who says that he has figured out the love language of ladies. All right. So he was on the social medias. It's a short clip. Please pay attention.
Dude, if you have a girlfriend or a wife, I know what her love language is. If you have a girlfriend or a wife, I know what her love language is. Her love language is whichever one you're not good at, whichever one you suck at, whichever one you need to work on. That is her love language.
Okay. Now, why that's interesting to me is because as a professional comedy person and student of comedy, I can tell everybody else a little trick here. You know that he's setting up a joke because he repeated it in the beginning. He repeated the setup word for word. Now he did that because he's trying to he's oversetting the setup. Right?
Okay.
Because he wants to make sure he's got you hooked where you think he's going to give you some, interesting knowledge.
Yeah.
So he repeats it. Meanwhile, he didn't have to do that, and it would have been more of a punch in the face with the punchline. See,
do it quicker,
dude. If you have a girlfriend or a wife, I know what her love language is. If you have a girlfriend or a wife, I know what her love language is.
You see?
Yeah, doubled
up.
You
see how he did that?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Completely wrong. Ruined the whole thing.
Make it shorter. Do it quicker. I get it.
What's better though, overdoing the setup or overdoing the punch? Like if he would have kept repeating the punchline.
Yeah, I think that's a cardinal sin.
Yeah.
That's got to be. I don't know anything about comedy, but I feel like you can't do that.
Yeah. So annoying.
Ugh.
Yeah, Chris Rock is a repeater of things when he's doing stand-up.
Huh?
Yeah.
What? It's my Chris Rock.
Yeah. It's good though. You can just pick one little thing.
You don't like? You're not a Chris Rock guy?
Not really, no.
Are you more of a Chris Rock fan after he got slapped by Will Smith or less?
Less.
Really?
Yeah. Because he should have pummeled him. Yeah, he should have like I said then, he should say, it's all right. And as soon as Will Smith got sat down, he should go try to shake his hand and then he'd start wailing on him while he's sitting in the chair. Just to destroy him. That's what he should have done.
More TJ and Riggins coming up.
Great sponsors like Thompson Child and Family Focus. Find out more about all the great work they do at Thompson by going to tjriggins.com/Thompson. That's tjriggins.com/Thompson for Thompson Child and Family Focus.
Don't be surprised to see my wife Jody walking around in her stiletto heels that are painless. Yes, painless. From Protege Footwear. You can have some too and save 30% at acetj.com/shoes, promo code ACETJ. That's acetj.com/shoes, code ACETJ.
This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
So, Mr. Riggins, today being National Pasta Day and you being a huge consumer of pasta, do you eat as much pasta as you used to?
Yeah.
Or you haven't cut back on it at all?
No, not yet.
No.
I need to, though. It's so bad, but I love it. I just love it. Any way I can get it cold, hot, I don't care.
And you don't see that as a non-Italian person, that loving pasta that much is feminine?
No, well, how dare you? Because you said
I just asked the question.
You said it's fine to eat, even if you can recognize it's feminine.
Yeah, I just said, but do you recognize that it's feminine, or do you buy into that theory? Is what I'm saying. That if you're not an Italian man and you eat pasta all the time and you just love it, that it's feminine.
No, I don't know that I agree with the premise.
Okay, that's all I was asking.
Yeah,
I don't know that I do either.
I mean, was Tony Soprano?
He's Italian.
He's Italian American.
Doesn't matter. That's what I mean. People of Italian descent.
People. I'm sure I've got some.
I got a little Italian in me.
Yeah, I do love it though.
So, do you have a variety of pastas in your pantry all the time?
All the time.
And you pick a different one every night or whatever?
Sometimes it's an orzo. We might have an orzo salad. We might do linguine, with clams or something. Fettuccine, spaghetti. The only one I really don't use a lot is macaroni.
Yeah.
I don't make a lot of macaroni.
I don't either. You ever throw together a nice goulash? Which is not Italian.
What are we having tonight? Goulash.
Goulash. I think that's Greek, maybe. Goulash is Greek.
I've heard of it. I don't know what that is, but yeah, I eat it a lot. Do you eat pasta more than once a week?
No. I'm a tortilla man. I eat tortillas every day.
Yeah, that's insane.
Just like a Mexican.
Yeah, right.
Just like my friend Cheeto down here at the Mexican restaurant. I eat tortillas every day, at least one tortilla every day. Flour, low carb.
Oh my God.
Just like old Mexico.
Yeah, right. And what's more feminine than a low carb
a spinach wrap,
tortilla?
A spinach wrap, any wrap. Then when the place has sandwiches and you get a wrap, if you're a man and you're not on a diet, then it's feminine.
Yeah, I kind of get that one too. I'll just have the wrap.
Oh, I'll get the chicken Caesar wrap today. Oh, will you?
And the dressing on the side, so I can dip.
I'm dipping it.
Available 24/7 on the free TJ and Riggins app. This is the TJ and Riggins podcast and radio show.
Our friend Richard Ticcato, the Richard Ticcato Companies, is here. 704-800-4719. So what's up with the feds?
The feds have lowered the rate at more than we thought they would. So that means it's a time to refinance your home. Get out of your high mortgage rate that you received over the past few years when you bought a house. We'll do a rate and term. It's very simple, very inexpensive, and you won't even have to have a house payment until 2025.
It's crazy. So call them today, 704-800-4719 or homewithrichard.com for the Richard Ticcato Companies.
Richard Ticcato Companies, Equal Housing Opportunity, NMLS number 38652.